Ooh, the lighting is horrible. Hi, Facebook. I don't know if anyone's actually going to hop on or not because it's a Saturday afternoon and we are all out enjoying our Saturday, although it is very cold. But I want to give everybody a look at the school that I went to when I was we called it the intermediate school. At that time, it was called the Walnut Cove Intermediate School, but now it's called London Elementary School. Hi, Dion. So I'm just giving everybody a look at the school that I went to when I was a kid. And just a couple of weeks ago in my reading, hey, Lucy, I was talking about my walk home from school when I was in the 5th grade and how painful it was. So those blue doors, I would leave out of those doors every day and start my walk home. And that was the walk that by the time I got home, I would be covered in sweat and tears. But it was quite a grueling hill. That is Fairview Cemetery. Almost everyone in my family is buried there. But the hill that I would have to walk is this one. I couldn't get up half of this hill before I was in excruciating pain. And typically some of my friends, hey Angie, would walk with me. So today I had an occasion to come to Walnut Cove because they are doing a celebration for the Walnut Tree Community annexation into the town of Walnut Cove. All of this land used to be farmland. When we walked home from school, there would be, I think, tobacco planted. Hey, Yoshamira. But I'm here in the community that I grew up in, and that's the elementary school that I went to, that I talk about in my book, Can These Bones Live Again? Walking Through the Eyes of the Broken. When I went to school there was a house there. It's a parking lot now. But this is the hill that I would have to walk up every day. And typically, it would be one or two people that used to help me, that would carry my books for me. And that was Tracy Russell or either Doll. Doll's name is Tanya. That's what we call her, Doll, our whole life. But by the time I got to this point, and you can see, I haven't really gotten that far from the school. But my leg would be hurting so bad that I didn't think I was going to make it home. Hey, Terrell. So today I'm here. I came for the celebration. But on the way here, I started to pray. I was like, God, let it stop raining. Because I want to see if I can walk that hill now. I'm 47. This, for my whole 5th grade year. Well, not the whole year, half the year. I had the surgery in December. And they didn't do any physical therapy. They just said, let me walk home from school. And I hated to see the end of the school day come because, let me get out the road, I don't want to get hit from behind. I knew that I was going to have to walk up this hill. And it was a horrible, horrible situation. That street right there. Hey, Yoshamira, you see that street right there? Sometimes I would cut through when your mama was with me and we would go to her house because my cousins lived down that street. But every day I would do this walk. This isn't, I don't know the correct term for it, but this is kind of me doing this walk for the last time. Not that I'm not going to come back to Walnut Cove, because we all know that that's not the truth. But it is to show that I'm not the person that I used to be. Physically, spiritually, or emotionally. And that's what I talk about in my book, Can These Bones Live Again? Walking Through the Eyes of the Broken. The transformation that I've gone through. And it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been a short journey. It's been a long one. As y'all can hear, I'm breathing hard. Because this hill, even with me working out and walking every day, this hill is still hard to climb. So can you imagine being 10 years old, fresh off of crutches, with a leg that had 2 incisions on it, one on the front of it, your leg, and then one on the side. By the time I got to this hill, I'm going to run the rest of the way so I can end this video. I got to get off and out here. It's raining. I don't want to get sick. But every day, I would stop right here. Hey, Shannon. I know I was standing here 20 minutes trying to let the pain in my leg die down so that I could make the rest of the walk home. And way back then, some of my friends used to live in some of these houses, but I would cut through on that street there to get to my house. And then this was going the long way to come home, but it was better than doing that hill that's on the opposite end of the school. That hill was worse than this one, and that hill was hard to walk on a good day. But hey, Talisha, Carolyn, but I just wanted to give you guys a look at the hill that I was talking about in the book that was the source of so much heartache and grief for me. And so I'm going to end the video now. Didn't want none. I'm wet. It's raining. Hey, Jacqueline. But this hill, yeah, I call it my trail of tears. But I feel good. I feel happy. I feel like a weight has been lifted off of me because of sharing my story in that book. And I have realized that so many people share not the exact same story, but they can relate to the story because they have similar stories. Maybe not the whole book, but there's something in it that everybody can relate to, because we all have all of these wounds from when we were kids. And although it's like, I do talk about my relationship with my mom in the book, and I'm not angry with her because I realize parents do the best that they know how to do at the time. And as we grow and mature, then things change. Sometimes they change, sometimes they don't. But in the situations when they don't change, it's because people are dealing with their own wounds. And one thing I know about wounded people, we're going to do one of three things. We're going to wound other people, we're going to continue to wound ourselves, or we're going to do both of those. So this book was me, a self-healing journey for me, and giving other people permission to release some of those things that they just been packing in for decades. God says it's time for us to be free, guys. But until you can be free, first you got to admit something is wrong. And you know it when something's wrong in your heart. Hey, Angela. But I wanted to show you guys the hill that I walked. That was my elementary school that I talk about in the book. And this was my trail of tears from those. I don't know if you can see them. I'm at the parking lot. I'm not going to walk. Oh, I got to walk back down to the school, y'all. I got a plate. They cooked that on the grill today because of the celebration. But, yeah, I'm in my hometown of Walnut Cove, North Carolina. Hey. And that's one of my Walnut Cove. He's a little younger than I am. But we know everybody. Again, that's a cemetery for most of my family is buried there. But I would leave out of those blue doors on the school right there and have to walk up that hill every day with a leg that was barely what you would call functioning. And that was my second surgery in 1980. And that was the second one. So 9 surgeries later, I am the author of 4 books, standing on 2 straight legs and living a purposeful and a life full of passion that God designed for me. So while I was here at the school, it was just by pure coincidence. Not coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I know everything is ordained by God. This celebration was supposed to be outside in the community, but because of weather, they changed the location. And the location just happened to be my old school that is now London Elementary. But at the time, it was called Walnut Cove Intermediate School. And if it wasn't raining on me so bad, I would go over to the graveyard and look at my grandmother's and grandfather's stone. But I'm getting wet, y'all. So thank you guys so much for watching. And see my plate? That's my plate with the tin foil on the steps. But I got to get back to Raleigh. I'm going to the fashion show tonight. And that's a 2-hour drive. So, guys, thanks for tuning in and watching. But that's another view at the hill. That thing caused me so much grief. But it's all behind me now. All right, guys. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.